is coming into the view as we were approaching the town. You can see that the walls are actually built quite ingeniously. They are not just following the terrain, but they do have some towers, they do have some corners, they're zigzagging left and right. The most important thing about the building of the walls is that they were built as close to the sea as possible. Why as close to the sea as possible? Because, quite simply, they wanted to stop anybody from landing anywhere near the walls.
Greetings, Leo. Hey guys, a warm welcome to you. This is your August reading for 2019. I am doing them very early in July because I didn't do the June ones. So I thought, hey, I'll give you guys all a nice early interpretation of energies and situations that might be around for August. You guys are first off the cab rank because you had the most views from the June videos. Now we're going to be using these 3 different decks of cards in front of you, and I'll try a new format this month. We're going to pick 3 main cards from this deck first. They have all been shuffled, by the way, and then I'm just going to cut them somewhere and we will start from there. But we are going to pick 3 cards from this deck, which will basically be relationships, then health, then love. Then this deck will be how you feel about those situations, and this deck will be a possible outcome for you. Now remember, all outcomes are variable and mutable because as we put energy into events or situations around us, we can change them by free will. So you have the ability, when you view something in advance, that you have the ability to direct changes towards them, to change an outcome if you're not happy with what you see. So with that in mind, I have shuffled them all, so let's just do some cutting and we will work from the top cards. So this is the pile that will be giving us the situations that are around us. This is the feelings or emotions that might be involved one way or another. Oh, I did that a little bit off screen, but I did cut them. And these will be a possible outcome. So Leo, let's see what's in store for you guys with the first deck that we are using. And I'm going to move these all down here. They will be a little bit off screen, but you know that they're there. So the first situation energy that's around is to do with relationships, and we have for you guys the 2 of Pentacles. So there could be 2 people involved in this. This could be something that's on your mind with a close relationship. It doesn't have to be your deepest romantic relationship. It could be a parent-child relationship, or a work colleague, or a good friend. It can, of course, be your immediate, close, intimate partner as well. But this card is all about juggling energies, so it feels as though you need to juggle something within this relationship. There could be a feeling of coming and going, either from your end, like you're coming and going on how you feel, where you want the relationship to go, or about a certain energy within it that you might be talking about. For instance, you might be discussing with someone close to you about a move or a shift, because interestingly this card can relate to shifting and moving around. It also can relate to financial issues because it's a Pentacles card. So if finances are becoming an issue with you and this other person, it might be that you are owing someone some money and they're waiting for it to be paid back, or you're possibly thinking of loaning some money to this person and you're pondering, is it going to be viable? Am I going to find that I get paid back, or is it going to help them enough in any way? There's also a possibility here that career comes into this situation with this relationship that's ongoing. And because this card often seems to turn up when there's a possibility of job interviews, or the pondering of changing jobs and moving yourself around, sometimes moving overseas. We see this boat in the background and the ocean as well. So water is considered, movement can be considered, shifting homes, shifting career opportunities. So given that it's the 2 of Pentacles, it makes me feel as though you're contemplating, and there's this feeling of coming and going. I'm not sure if I want to do it. Are we ready? Am I ready? Is it good enough offer? Do I want to uproot things and move into this direction? With that in mind, this card here from this deck, which is still a full tarot deck, was how do you feel about the situation? And you've achieved a major arcana card, is in the Death card. Now, death, as we know, is always about new beginnings. So there's potentially here for you guys a very big newness involved in this card that turned up here, around something to do with relationships for you, or how you are interacting with someone in your life. As I said, it doesn't have to be a close, intimate one. It could be a career opportunity. So this could be a potential boss that you are thinking of. But there's something very major connected to it when we get something as intense as the major arcana and as intense as the Death card. I'll bring it up to the screen for you to have a look. This is a new deck of cards I'm working with. It's actually called the Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Tori Hartman. So she works on the 7 chakras, and each of the cards fit into one of the chakra areas, and this is the violet, which is kind of the crown chakra. It has a rather interesting perspective on how she cuts the tarot deck into segregations, if you like, and in particular the major arcana. This Death card, which is number 13, she calls it the living era of your life, where you're learning lessons obviously throughout the whole of the tarot deck, and in the major arcana you are learning your biggest lessons. She believes that you start off obviously as the Fool and you end up as the World at the end, but along the way you are learning lessons to encompass your growth and nurturing and journey of the soul and the physical vessel. So this card she denotes as the Fool who steps out of her cocoon and is no longer afraid to be the true self that she is. So you can see why I suggested it's a very powerful card. Now, oftentimes in the traditional tarot, it looks a very bleak and dismal card, whereas in this, she's given it much more respite with that glowing orb behind the nape of her neck and leading up into the crown of her head, the crown chakra area, where we seek all wisdom and find answers coming into us. Hence the reason it's been designated the 7th chakra energy, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. So if you look into the background in the tree, that's her shadow self that has been cast aside as she steps out into the new her. So this card here, even though it's only a 2 of Pentacles as such, which doesn't seem a major card, but it's very juggling. It's juggling thoughts, energies, emotions, passions, and money and finances, so physical things as well as our creative side. It seems to be giving a very strong message that whatever this is that's going on here with a relationship with someone else is leading you to a new true part of yourself. So it could be a very vital time. Now, of course, July is eclipse season. So we had a couple of eclipses at the very beginning in January, which was quite poignant for a year, to begin a year with eclipses. We're now just over halfway through the year and we have some very powerful eclipses happening right now. Yesterday was the solar eclipse, which has been predominantly visible in South America in areas such as Argentina. Now these eclipses bring out the shadow thoughts. They bring us into contemplation of, you know, what are we doing, where are we going, and who are we doing these things with. So this card seems very powerful to have turned up, and see the light behind her head, which is eclipsed by her head. So it's very I find it very synchronistic for you guys right on the day after the eclipse, which is potentially still happening, to be honest, or has just finished. There is the mind showing how we're eclipsing thoughts and bringing ourselves into this present new agenda. So very, very powerful for you guys. With this deck down the very bottom, which I know you can't see very well, but this is a possible outcome. Now, with death often brings anxiety unless we have merged our shadow self and our shadow self sits behind in the tree there, and the new self is emerging forward. But to traverse through that with success can be very difficult because we are leaving things behind. We leave a part of ourselves behind, and that can create anxiety. So for some of you, anxiety is going to be something that pops up because you're going through such a major transition. When we go through these really big transitions, we can often find ourselves feeling ungrounded, which she's left the shadow self or the past grounded in the tree, and she's prepared to move forward into the light and into the unknown. So if anxiety is going to cause you to stagnate or to go backwards again, you need to think of a way through it. You need to think of devices that will help you move forward, such as planning systems, putting systems in place that can help you understand where you're headed. Learn to be in the moment using mindfulness. Take one step at a time and one day at a time. These are all things that can help reduce levels of anxiety when great changes are upon us. But I feel that there's more positivity in this for you than negativity. It's as if it's just such a big thing for some of you that it's possibly overwhelming. It may be taking you away from your sense of security or your sense of stability, but you are having this opportunity to make many great changes as you go forward. A meditation that you can think of is, are you ready to step out of the false self? Who would you be if you allowed your true self to run your day to day? What would the day look like, and what could you accomplish? So the next steps of this death card that are there is, in the words of this person who has written this deck and compiled it, she says the Fool has completed her shadow journey and will begin again with the next card in the major arcana, which is the Temperance card. Even stepping into the mastery level of chakra evolution does not mean always making wise choices. It is about recognizing the unwise decisions we have made and as soon as possible walking away from them. So even in that little message, there appears to be something there for you. For some of you, saying some of your past decisions have not been as useful to you as they could have been, and it is time to turn away and walk into something new. So if we come to this next line or column, so that was one column, and that was about overall relationships or things going on with other people. This next one is about health. Wow. And that's a beautiful card to receive. The Nine of Cups is known as the wish card. So it often projects feelings of opportunities to say that things are going your way, or there is this energetic vibrational frequency around you that gives you this opportunity in time to make your manifestations or dreams be effusively active. So it's a really good time to act upon what you are thinking about or dreaming about. Bring those manifestations into reality. So the card that comes up with it, with how are you thinking, or how is this making you feel about your health at the moment, here's the King of Coins. Now notice we've got the same chakra energy color, which is in the mind. So there's a lot of things going on for you guys in the mind in the month of July. So it's a lot about thought processes, decisions, mind, energy work. You're making plans about something in the future, and of course to make plans we have to think about them, and we have to conceptualize them and strategize them through our thoughts in the mind. Now the King of Coins can be a person such as an earth sign person, such as a Virgo, Capricorn or Taurus. So this person may be playing a role in this health over here and in the manifestation of things around your health, but it bodes fairly well. This person could be someone who assesses you, as in a doctor of sorts, and it could be that you have to pay money, or that money is involved in your health in the month of August. I'm sorry if I've said July earlier. Of course, this reading is for August. I am doing it in July and uploading it really quite early. So some of you will start to see this energy kicking in even before August. That's the way it tends to go when I do readings. But with this King of Coins, money could be, as I say, involved. You're either possibly paying out money for your health, and for some of you, I get the feeling that this is for good things like rejuvenation or enjoyment or pleasure or making the most of something. So some of you could be going on a health retreat or to a place where you receive, relaxation, or some of you could be going on a yoga trip, or you could be learning about health at a medical convention. Some of you may be attending physical things where you are having something done to the body, either for pleasure or for making yourself healthier. It's not a negative at this stage because we're getting so much positivity out of it. But I do think this person could play a role. Now this person could be, of course, someone who's already in your life, such as a partner or a friend who is supporting you on this journey of positive health pathways as well. Let's see what a possible outcome is. A woman. So you've got a woman and a man, and this can sometimes be an air sign type of person as well. These two could be partnerships. They could be cohorts in helping you on your health path. It could be someone who is suggesting something new to you, like a new therapy or a new perspective or dynamic or a new pathway for you to look into your health expectations or obligations or desires. But whatever it is, you are using or incorporating other people into your health in this from July on, from the energies of the eclipses on, right through to August. It could be that these people are family members or friends who are initiating something or prompting you into going to do something or uplift something, but overall it feels positive, as if something is going to take a turn for the better with your health. So if you've been in a phase where health has been worrying or negative, or there's been something going on that has been causing frustration or angst, like this, like anxiety, then these people somehow are going to help. They are going to help guide you or direct you or be part of a plan that helps take your health into a better place. So let's look at the third one that we had assigned, which was love and love relationships. And we see here for the first card the Four of Swords. Now, sometimes this can mean a feeling of a retreat or needing time out or taking time away or feeling as if there has been a little bit too much going on. There are very grey clouds in the back of this card that indicate stormy weather. And it's interesting, just before when I started the reading, I watched a surge of wind go past the window, and I thought to myself, there's a cold wind coming. So, and that was as I was about to start your reading. So for some of you, there is a cold wind going through a relationship sector. Now, we saw a bit of this anxiety over here. We saw the death card suggesting that things could be changing, moving in new directions, which can mean leaving certain relationships behind and moving into new relationship directions. This Four of Swords also gives this feeling of like a heaviness, or as if something's bothering you, or it's at your mind. So we've had a lot of mind things in here with this seventh chakra, the Sahasrara, with these two cards in the middle, and we're back at the mind again because we're focused on his head and the energies going on in there. So with a love relationship, some of you could have a little bit of tension or stress, or as if the communications aren't that well between you and a love partner. It might be that that you're just not saying, or you're not speaking things on the same page at the moment. It feels as though you need to take this time out, take a retreat, go away, take a step back. These are the messages I'm getting. Let's see what your emotions are about it. Another major arcana card, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. Now, it doesn't come out that often, and now you can see the card is green. So green is dealing with the heart chakra energy, and the Wheel of Fortune is another major arcana which indicates big changes. So this relationship or this love issue is affecting you in the heart. So a lot of you are feeling something in the heart around your love relationship that is creating some sort of, I don't know, is it congestion? Is it destabilization? Is it wanting something different? Is it wanting something to be fixed? Is it wanting something to go away? So let me have a look what she says in her book about the Wheel of Fortune. Because she's changed the dynamics of the tarot by introducing the chakra energy, I find it really interesting to follow some of her messages, which are inherently a little bit different than your traditional tarot messages. But this Wheel of Fortune with her, she says the Fool discovers that destiny requires timing. And it's interesting that the Four of Swords is often about timing events as well. It's suggesting maybe 4, as in 4 weeks, 4 months, 4 days. It often talks about taking a retreat and time out and getting away from something, which of course is again about timing. So timing's coming into play here with both of the cards, and I think that time out might be something that some of you are requiring in terms of this love relationship that you are either seeking or that you have with someone at the moment or that you're looking for. So try and feel into the words as best you can that suits your situation, because remember, this is a general reading. So if you're looking for love and haven't got any, and you're getting these messages about taking time out, then the time out is time away from your constant searching or seeking, because something isn't communicating right with you at the moment. Okay, so you've got to put the messages into your perspective to fit the job properly. But the Wheel of Fortune says the Fool is now using all the tools the magician gave her. She is summoning the forces of the universe to manifest only what is true in her heart. We have all the tools we need to create that which we choose. So in this 4th chakra card, the Fool is using her feminine power and compassion she learned from the Empress. Like the Fool, you too can now summon up all the tools you need to create your heart's joy at will. Will you manifest your own destiny? Will you summon the tools of the magician to take you where you want to go? Knowing that we all have everything we need to open our heart to our true desires, we are then no better or worse than anyone else. Will you step forward and summon up what your heart craves? Because for some of you, you are going into hiding, you are going into reclusiveness, there's possibly a lack of communication at some times, you're feeling as though you're bashing your head against a brick wall, perhaps with some of your partners. It's like, you know, give me a break. But on the other hand, this card can also sometimes symbolize that you may go away with someone and have rather a pleasant time where a conception can be taken place. And this can be a conception of pregnancy for some of you, or a conception of a new idea or direction in a relationship as well. So it's not all about feeling frustrated, but it does require the use of magic and the use of communication and the use of bringing the power of the universe into manifesting what you desire. Energy is intense and powerful at this time, so use it. Define what you enjoy now. And the next stage is truth of your heart is when you are willing to be open to what you really desire, not what just looks good on paper. The right thing will happen at the right time when you apply the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. So it is about broadening out your ambitions, seeking to find the answer in esoteric vibrational energies, going beyond. And sometimes that can be done through contemplation or taking a break or applying the mind up into the universe, connecting with this and being given the bolt of energy to transfer reasoning or a direction or an answer or a solution for a relationship, because this is the love relationship. Let's see what an outcome card is. The Angel of Balance. So they are suggesting to you to apply balance in your love relationships. And we've seen this over here as well. This card is all about feeling as though things are being juggled and there's a pull and a push and an up and a down and an in and an out, on and off. So this was relationships over here as well, which could have been also telling you the message about a close love relationship. So it feels as though for you guys, Leos, this, kind of July, August, which is what the reading is for, period, is having a feeling of up and down and thinking about consequences or relationships in general and how you feel about them. People are definitely on your mind in August. We've seen quite a few people involved in here, but it's how you feel about them and what is going on. The Angel of Balance, and we see the moon here in the background as well, denoting again the sun, the moon, the eclipses that we're going through, which tend to unsettle us and create paradigms or pathways where we can go through a death and head in new directions. But whatever you do decide and however you go about doing it, create some balance for yourself, both in your emotions and in your thoughts, directions, your physicality. Yeah, and I said emotions earlier. You have to balance these type of feelings and bring them into the positives as well. So there we are, Leo. That is quite an invigorating reading. Even though we haven't used many cards, I think it was quite in depth. Perhaps we'll just pull another couple for you just to see what, yeah. The Eight of Swords is exactly the anxiety card. It's the same card being just brought out again as a message. So I think that the Angel of Balance was really powerful as the ending. And if this is how you are feeling around relationships or changes that are coming within relationships or within things such as your career, possibly, because your health seems pretty good, I have to say, overall, other than these feelings of angst or anxiety, you need to just balance things out. Take some time, be in the mindfulness place, things like that I've suggested. Let's see what else is there. The Lovers. So, and again, we're back in the mind space, back in the Sahasrara, the 7th chakra, which is penultimately where so much knowledge and wisdom come to us, which can create so much change because we're growing when we've reached that height of awareness that our minds change direction or they enlighten us with knowledge and power. But to receive that Lovers card possibly indicates change again, and possibly for some of you there has been something going on in the background that you have kept hidden or secret from someone, which could have been causing anxiety. Sometimes this card turns up when we have an affair or a secret liaison, or you might be with a partner and you are pondering about another partner or a different choice, or you are spending time with someone else who is already romantically attached. The Lovers can also represent making choices, and choices create feelings of anxiety sometimes, as well as that feeling of complete change and overhaul with the Death card. The Lovers can also represent new business acquisitions or joining or making or forming businesses, coalition with someone, partnerships that are very deep and trusted and revered and can be very special in our lives. So I do think this is a powerful month with a lot going on. You pulled a lot of major arcana cards and they seemed to sit in fairly powerful positions for you. So there you are, Leo. I trust you've enjoyed this reading and that the information given to you gives you something to think about to deal with the situations that come up, so that you've got tools and strategies in place for working through anything that you desire to manifest in your life. Remember to check your moon and rising signs. They'll be up shortly or throughout the next coming couple of weeks, because as I say, yours is the first one to be uploaded. Thanks for joining me. I trust you have all had a wonderful month of June, and as we move into July, that your July is wonderful and that this reading for August is powerful and insightful for you. Thank you again. Please sub the channel and push the notification button, and that way you will see all the uploads when they arrive. Take care, everyone. Much love, because you've certainly got some love going on in there. Namaste.